What's up, guys? Brady Fugel here. This is my last video of 2025, and what better video could it be than 20 songs that defined my 2025? I purposely like doing this video instead of doing my top 20 songs of the year. That's just way too hard. So when I say defining songs, what I mean is I think these 20 songs will be the 20 songs, more so than any other tracks that came out this year, that are going to remind me the most of 2025. This takes things into account like overall popularity of the song or the band. It takes into account timing. Maybe a song came out at a very specific time that I was doing something this year, and this song will then remind me of that exact thing I was doing, etc. Also, be sure to check out my Best of 2025 playlist that I'll put in the description. That's going to have every honorable mention I could think of. And let's start with number 1, which I will give to Abandon Us by Killswitch Engage. This song was the first taste of this new Killswitch record that I had been waiting 5.5 years for. Listening to this track, I can't think of a more positive experience I had with a specific song at a specific time than how I felt listening to this track for the first time. This track is just Killswitch at their absolute best, executing their sound better than any other band ever could or will do. I love the melodies in this track. I love the performances. I love the riffs. It just... everything I love about Killswitch on this song. Number 2, Vacant Home, their track Lilac Reflection. One of my absolute favorite songs of the year, hands down. This is my first time listening to this band, and their entire record blew me away. But this track hit me hard. This is just such a beautiful song. It maybe hit me harder emotionally than any other track did this year. I always like when a song makes this list when it was from an album that I generally didn't like, and that's definitely the case for this next pick, The Devil Wears Prada, their song For You. I know a lot of people didn't like this song. I didn't at first, but I kept giving it more chances, and it grew on me so much. Yes, it's a very straightforward song stylistically, but it captures those feelings of being frustrated with desire perfectly. The mood of it is incredibly cohesive despite the fact that it does have really, really melodic parts and genuinely heavy parts. It's just such an infectious song. Number 4 is the band Dreamwake and their song Memories. This is another album that I didn't really like a whole lot, but I love this song. Again, the lyrics on here are just so amazing. That main line of "You're turning my dreams into memories" was an especially relatable line for me this year. And again, the melodies in this song are absolutely amazing. The song has so much energy to it. The saxophone was used well on this track, that was my big criticism about the album, but it works magnificently on here. This song is like Dance Gavin Dance meets Killswitch Engage, with a little bit of saxophone thrown on top. My number 5 pick was, for some reason, a fucking B-side. Pierce the Veil, their track Kiss Me Now. I don't care how cheesy it is. This is an amazing fucking song. Beautiful melodies, an entrancing, rich atmosphere, some odd time qualities that work really well, and you barely even notice it. This track and Lilac Reflection are two of the best love songs I have ever heard. And this is another track that it hit me hit me right here this year. On the flip side, I gotta give some love to Hatebreed. Their track Make the Demons Obey. It was a standalone single that dropped this year. Pure gym fuel, as is the majority of Hatebreed's music. And with this track in particular, it was awesome to see the band lean a bit more into thrash metal and groove metal after the somewhat underwhelming Weight of the False Self, their last album in 2020. This song is just an absolute fucking steamroller the entire time. I love all the different groove switches, and especially that ending kind of breakdown. It sees Hatebreed at their best lyrically, in a sense that it overall is a positive, inspiring song, but they're using a lot of dark lyrical imagery alongside it to give it a good contrast. Really hope we get that new album this year. Number 7 is the band In Mourning and their track Silver Crescent. Probably my favorite melodic death metal song of the year. It's so dark and bleak. You hear it right away in that verse chord progression, that tremolo part that almost has somewhat of a blackened influence to it. There's a series of really infectious grooves on this track, and then you get that cleanly sung chorus, which it just sounds absolutely heartbreaking. This is the type of extreme metal song that will give you chills. Number 8, I feel like I've been praising the new Asteroid album nonstop lately, but the title track, Star God, is just amazing. As unexpected as it was, the 80s influences that came with this record were very welcome to me, and this song is the best instance of that. This song is it makes me feel nostalgic about the 80s, even though I wasn't even alive in the 80s. It's the same kind of feeling I get when I watch the nostalgic type scenes in Stranger Things. Another absolutely gorgeous track, as we should really come to expect from Asteroid at this point. Number 9, Spirit Box, their track A Haven with Two Faces. Definitely my favorite song off of the record that dropped this year. It captures what Spirit Box does best, in my opinion, which is just sounding so good, heavy, and just as good melodically, and doing both at the same time. For one, that amazing intro clean guitar melody, and it kicking right into the chorus, and then the way that the heavy parts come in throughout the song, but yet the entire thing feels like such a seamless transition, and it always fits that really rich mood and atmosphere. This is something so many bands fail at, just trying to do the heaviness and the melody together, and Spirit Box does it effortlessly on this song. Another song that does that really well is Trivium, their song Six Walls. It was the third track off of the 3-song EP that dropped this year. Is it the most blatant In Flames worship the band has ever displayed? Yeah, but they do wonders with it. They pull it off better than In Flames does at this point. But again, I mean, this song is just everything I was hoping I would hear on New Trivium. It's got the melody, it's got the extended bridge section, it's got the dynamics between the heaviness and the clean choruses. And more so than the other 2 tracks on this EP, it sounds like an updated version of what they did on Ascendancy, which is what they said they wanted to do on the EP, but this song does it by far the most to my ears. Number 11, the band Loathe also dropped a standalone single this year called Gifted Every Strength. Again, this is just such a great execution of what this band did so well on their last record. They're one of a few bands, Spirit Box included, that just have a truly unique sound in modern metalcore. Their staticky production, the bassiness, the actual dynamics and structures of this song. I mean, you got that crushing opening groove to start the song, but then the song pretty much ends with borderline jazz sections. The vocals are really spacey and shoegazy. It's just, again, it's everything I wanted to hear from this song, and I'm hoping we get an album next year. Number 12 was definitely my favorite black metal song of the year, off of my favorite black metal album of the year, Abigail Williams, their song Void Within. This is just everything I look for in black metal. It's got the darkness. The drum performance on this song is absolutely incredible. The layering of all the different guitar parts on this song is incredible as well, as it was on the entire record. And the song dodges any criticisms black metal could possibly get about being meandering, for one, just in the drum performance, but also just the overall structure of this song. Between the Buried and Me put out my favorite album and song of theirs since 2012's Parallax 2, and that's Absent Thereafter. Another go-to workout song for me this year. I really like working out to progressive metal, and this song was just, it got me through a lot of runs. The best part for me is that this song sounds like it could have been on Colors to my ears. I mean, just the seamlessly woven in like rockabilly parts that appear throughout the song. It's so genius. It takes so much musical talent to pull off having these completely outside of the box and different styles of music woven into something that sounds so natural. The last minute of this song is just absolutely amazing. This might be my favorite 60-second portion of music that dropped this year. That Blues Brothers part, and then the way they end the song saying goodbye, I love that. It's so amazing. Number 14, somewhat of a lazy pick for me, but I had to do it. Alter Bridge, their track Silent Divide. Alter Bridge is literally my favorite band. They're a band that's hard for me to talk about in terms of singles, because I'm just such an album listener when it comes to them. That's why I haven't talked about these singles yet, aside from my singles of the month posts that I've been doing. Because I'm just waiting for the album to drop, because I know that no matter what I think about them now, I'm going to think something different when I hear the full album in context. But I will say, as of right now, the best thing about this song to me is the lead guitar work. Number 15 is a song from the new Dying Wish album, which I didn't like, but I did enjoy this song, Heaven Departs. On an album with a few failed experiments, see my review for details, this song just executes so well that feeling of darkness and melancholy that it shoots for. I was very critical of the vocals on that album, but they're done really well here. Vocalist Emma Bosser does sound like she's kind of pushing herself in the chorus, but the rest of the song having more of an atmospheric take kind of covers that up. And after a couple listens, you really hardly notice it. And her distant kind of echoey vocals near the end of the song are just absolutely bone-chilling. The award for Groove of the Year for me goes to Warfield and their track Soul Conqueror. What an absolute beast of a song. I mean, it's just crazy groove after crazy groove. I think this was the song that I worked out to the most this year. It's like that intro riff is good enough already, and then it pauses and you get that cascading verse riff And when it kicks in with those fast skank beat drums under it, that is just absolutely thunderous. I just feel invincible every time I hear that part kick in. Y'all know I had to throw a dad rock song on here, and the choice was easy this year. 3 Days Grace, their song Kill Me Fast. This might be my favorite 3 Days Grace song since Life Starts Now. For one, lyrically, it's amazing. It's these really relatable notions about like anxiety in a relationship, which as someone who struggles with anxiety, it's just so relatable. With the exception of Matt's like sad boy second verse, which I think just does not belong in the song. This is still just such a good song. It's good enough to where like I still love it this much, even despite that. The emotions shine through so well. The vocals on here, which are predominantly sung by Adam Gontier on this song, sound great. It's just such an easy song to listen to and just keep hitting repeat on because of how infectious it is. 2025 was an amazing year for the deathcore subgenre. There were so many great albums, but my favorite deathcore song was actually a standalone single, Fit for an Autopsy, their track It Comes For You. I've absolutely loved this band's last 3 albums now. After they dropped such an awesome record last year, the last thing I was expecting was to get more new music from them this soon. And not just that, but this might be like one of their best songs to date. It's fucking crushingly heavy. It's got so many memorable parts, my favorite of which being that kind of like ascending, snarling breakdown that happens right about halfway through. This song, it's so fucking mean. This is another song that I spent a lot of time working out to this year, which I just realized that's kind of becoming a recurring theme for this list. And I didn't intend for that, but it works. And then on the flip side, my number 19 pick here, Thrice, their song Undertow, was like one of my go-to songs this year that just, I was able to just relax to, and it's just such a chill vibe the whole time. The main like key progression of this song is just like absolute ear candy to me. And on this track, Thrice managed to strike a perfect balance between being really, really spacey and just kind of calming, but also sounding really full and dramatic at the same time. That chorus is a perfect example of that. And finally, my 20th song. I'm not sure if I'll do Song of the Year for every year, but I think this is the one for me this year. Deftones, their song My Mind is a Mountain. Much like I said about Killswitch, who was at number 1, this is my first taste of new Deftones music in 5 years. And not just from the fact that it was a single, but it just represents everything that I love about private music so much, just in that individual song. The increased emphasis on atmosphere that Deftones did on this song and on that record, it was an absolute game changer for me, and it's my favorite part of the record. And this song does that so well. It's just so entrancing the entire time. But it's also hard-hitting, too. That's what I'm talking about. And something that really helped this song when it first dropped as a single was its timing. I made a very drastic job switch this year. And this song was there for me, like right at the perfect time. It was a very stressful point in my life, and this song really helped get me through it. And I know that years from now, every time I listen to this song, it's going to take me back to August of 2025. Anyways, that's all I have for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment below what your favorite songs of the year were. If you haven't listened to any of these tracks, I highly recommend all 20 of them. Again, check out the description for my best of 2025 playlist, which will have, I think, like 80 songs on it, including all of these. Make sure to hit subscribe for more rock and related content. I'm going to have a whole bunch of content coming out this upcoming year, which I'm really excited about. And until next time, thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.